Superman, the Last Son of Krypton by Elliot S. Magen, Chapter 25, The Atrocity. Listen, Luthor said. Listen, this is important. What? I found out the Master's racket. I don't think even the Guardians know this plan, and it's reprehensible. Reprehensible? For a guy who once posed as a Korean guru just to attract 33,000 impressionable teenage kids to a rally in Metro Stadium and hold them for ransom, he must be going some for you to call him reprehensible. I nearly went broke that year. Besides, you'd be surprised at how many followers I still have. What this clown's doing is worse, much worse. Yeah? Tell me, Muscles, how far does the Guardian's jurisdiction extend? To the areas of dominant gravitation of all stars and black holes in the Milky Way galaxy. And when a star is considered to be in the Milky Way galaxy, and when's a star considered to be in the Milky Way galaxy according to that definition? That's any star subject to the cohesive forces that make the galaxy a definable physical unit. Is this a social studies test? I thought you had some kind of secret to tell me. I do! What about wandering stars, the rogue stars that are just passing through along the edges of the galaxy? What power do the Guardians have over them? They have absolute power, physically. They're pretty much the most powerful creatures ever known. But they're morally banned from extending their powers to certain areas, and they can only interfere with rogue stars if they somehow jeopardize the rest of the galaxy. If they're about to incinerate an inhabited world or something, it's one of the laws that goes back to the Guardians' founding, apparently to make sure they didn't become absolute rulers of the galaxy. Okay. Now tell me the verse that lunatic singer Toby quoted from this Sonnabend's prophecies, the one about what would happen before the Tsar of the Galactic Arm would emerge. What was it? You've got tonal recall. When the minions of immortals spread galactic, when 1,000 cultures dwell in Vega's glow, when a sailing ship for starlight is a tactic, when these things all... That's enough. The Immortals' minions. They're the Green Lanterns. Are they all over the galaxy? Is there any place that isn't covered by them? No, they're in every sector. Have been for about 4,000 years. And the sailing ship for Starlight. I brought that here. The Black Widow, right? That would probably qualify. And 1,000 cultures. Could Sonnabend have been estimating? Would he possibly have meant, say, 997 races living here? No, I understand he's quite precise. 1,000 years only turns out to be around 1,000 only turns out to be a round number in our decimal system. Whew. And we've got time. According to the portable computer terminal the Master's Stooges issued me, there are 997 distinct races as of the last census. We've come here, so that makes 998. I'm a Kryptonian, remember, not an Earthman. Oh, right. Well, that only makes 999. The old-timer. The defrocked Guardian, Superman said. He told me he was the first Guardian to leave Oa. He was here. He makes 1,000. Bingo! There isn't a moment to lose. Listen, you know how the Master made his real estate killing? An offhand guess, I'd say he cheated. You bet he cheated. He ripped off the Delphinian scientist prototype Time Snatcher. He's got this machine that can reach into the past or the future and pull inorganic matter into the present or place things in another time. He built the Time Snatcher powerful enough to manufacture duplicate planets. You're telling me he buys a planet. Buying things is taboo here. They exchange gifts. And he reaches, say, 100 years or so into the future and brings back the planet from there, so he's got 2 of them to sell? Or 3, or a dozen, or 100, and he goes and sells them all as if they were real planets, completely lifeless and good for nothing, but housing developments. When all but one will disappear 100 years or so later, leaving the inhabitants floating in empty space. That'll upset the whole space-time continuum for light years around. It'll kill billions. He's mad. That makes him nothing worse than a dishonest businessman. Like those guys who sell land in the Poconos, only on a bigger scale. He had me in this back room here, figuring out where all the black holes are on the border between the galactic arm and the main body of the galaxy. What's that got to do with it? He's got the capacity to grab every black hole on that border and throw it a billion years into the future. He's planning on dismembering the arm from the rest of the galaxy. The Guardians will be powerless to stop him from taking a conquering horde across every star system that rejects his tyrannical rule. The old guys will even be obligated to disarm the Green Lanterns already here. The arm won't go anywhere right away, but it will no longer be a physical part of the galaxy. But it will no longer be physically part of the galaxy. In a billion years, it'll be spinning off like a mini-galaxy of its own. But before all that, hell will break loose with the Master playing Satan. Oh my God. And that's the end of chapter 25.